CTV Community Television presents The Focus Program, hosted by Paul Dingeman.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Nice to see you. Paul Dingeman here, host of the Focus Program. Once again, we are back. We've got very important information for you today from two groups in St. Clair County. One is the Community Foundation of St. Clair, and the next one is the St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Both doing wonderful things for you and for your family. We're glad they're around, and we're glad they're with us today. Lynn Alexander, welcome back to the Focus Program. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Alexander Griffor.
Griffor.
Yeah. I'll get it right. After you're married about 12, 13 years, I'll have it down right.
That's all right.
Recently, the Community Foundation has been involved in some projects all over the county. Mm-hmm. Up the Riverwalk in St. Clair, with the help of the Atchison Foundation and other groups, has really taken off and really accomplished lots of things. Mm-hmm. You're working in Algonac, you're working all over the county, but there's one project that's near and dear to the residents of St. Clair, Marine City, St. Clair Township, and that's the Courtyard. What's going on there? It started last fall.
Right, started last fall. We did the excavation and the infrastructure work last fall before it got cold, and it's kind of been resting over the winter, and as soon as it gets a little bit warmer, we're going to start what we're calling phase 2, which is finishing up the landscaping and then putting in some of the really fun amenities, the extras, I guess you'd say, that's going to make it really a unique and wonderful gathering place for our community. We are going to be installing a sculpture which during the warm months will also serve as a fountain. It's got a very nautical theme, looks like some freighters passing, which is very appropriate for our community. We've got some fire pits and some benches and some decorative railings. The whole setup is really designed so it's going to be a great place to watch performances. So whether that's a concert or a play, but we're going to really make it a place that we hope people will be drawn to.
Okay, you recently put together about a 2.5-minute video, which you brought along today.
Yes.
Which pretty well describes what's going to happen, what has happened, and what's going to happen. Why don't we take a look at that now?
Wonderful.
Fellas?
About 20 years ago, when I graduated from high school, the Courtyard was really town square for St. Clair. It's where the homecoming parade ended and the pep rally took place. It was where the tree lighting ceremony took place during the holidays and where Santa made his debut.
Last fall, the Community Foundation began work in the Plaza Courtyard to transform it into a unique and awesome gathering place for St. Clair. This summer, we will unveil a new and improved Plaza Park. And thanks to a grant from the Pure Michigan campaign, we have an opportunity to make it even more special with fireplaces, benches, sculptures, water feature fountains, and even a fantastic lawn area that can be used for performances during the summer and an ice rink during the winter.
For many, many years, we've wanted something done with the Courtyard and just haven't had the funds to do it. So thanks to the Community Foundation, it's finally happening.
Together with our community, the St. Clair Art Association Public Art Committee has a vision of turning the city center of St. Clair into a truly unique gathering place. Creative fire pits, water features, creative walls and railings will help embellish the already amazing plans that are taking shape in the center of our community.
Having grown up in St. Clair, I'm so proud to see the great work being done in the center of our city, the St. Clair Plaza Courtyard. It's no surprise that this project is being supported by the Pure Michigan campaign, and I know it'll be supported by our community as well.
Every contribution you make to this community project will be matched dollar for dollar by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation and get us one step closer to making Plaza Park a wonderful place for residents and visitors alike.
That was a great video. Evan Denemy from our staff and Chris Gerhardt from up at 8th Day Media put it together. What a great job they did.
They did a great job.
Getting out this time of the year on a boat and taking a picture of a freighter must have really been tough. There's some confusion in the community about whether this is a public city project or a community project or who just what's involved here.
Sure. So the first $500,000 that we had to do, I guess, what we're now considering phase one, that infrastructure piece that I talked about.
That's the tearing out of the superstructure or the structure that was there.
The cement
the
out.
Gazebo, the cement, and putting new tons and tons of dirt in.
Yep. All of that work was funded through an endowment fund that we hold at the Community Foundation. So a private donor's money. That money rests with us, and it earns interest each year. And the donor that gave us those funds said, we want to use the money that would be generated from this fund for the next couple of years and put it into the Courtyard project. So it was a donor-driven fund. Their choice. Their money, their choice. We just oversaw the project. And the original plans were not quite as elaborate as the ones that we have now, because the Michigan Economic Development Corporation contacted us and said, we think that the work that you're doing in St. Clair is right in line with the type of work that we want to see happen through this Public Spaces, Community Places grant, which is part of the Pure Michigan campaign. And I really look at that as, such a kudos for our city for being chosen. Our little small town of St. Clair was chosen by the Pure Michigan campaign to receive this grant. The grant was for $62,500, but we only get that money if our community raises the additional money. That additional $62,500 will come just from people that are interested in the project. No taxpayer money. There's no requirement to give, but we've already seen donations start to roll in. The very first we received was a gift of $10,000 from North Star Bank.
Wow.
Right. So tons of interest, and I have all the confidence in the world that we're going to be able to raise that money.
But you have a deadline.
We do. Our deadline is May 1st, so this is going to be a 60 days and done project.
But that's great, because then you'll know exactly how much money you've got to do this or to do that, or not be able to do either.
That's right. We're going to raise the money right away so that we can get started on some of the projects I was talking to you about.
We got on the web on the TV now a picture of the website. And up at the top there, it said that there was only $6,300 raised, but you say you've got more than that.
Yes, we haven't actually put the larger donations in. Those are people that have just gone onto the website and made gifts, individuals.
Oh, individuals. That's wonderful.
That is, yeah.
So it's starting to build.
That's right.
We're going to work out something, you and I, today, so that we can keep the people, the residents of St. Clair, aware of what the dollar amount is between now and the 1st of May, so that we can make sure we get that capture. But it's important for people to know that this is a private initiative.
Yes.
That
private charitable initiative.
Private charitable initiative that's going to help the whole community.
I think so. Yeah.
You have another project which is more of a broader area, covers the whole of St. Clair County, and it's the 100 Women. You've been doing this 2 or 3 years. What is it?
This is our 4th year.
4th year already.
100 Women Who Care. And the idea is to give a big group of women a chance to help us make a grant, a very impactful grant. So we get 100 women to come to the event. They each bring $100 with them, so $10,000. And for that $100, each person is able to nominate their favorite organization, project, cause, whatever you believe in. So we take all 100, or sometimes we have closer to 150 women there. We take all of those nominations, we randomly draw out 3. The 3 that we pick, the women that nominated them, get to give a pitch to the rest of the group. The women vote, and we award a $10,000 grant that night. That night. We have the big check. Yes, lots of fun.
Yeah.
So this year it's being held at the Port Huron Museum.
Okay.
During a time,
great venue.
Yeah, and the museum is going to be featuring all local artists while we're there. And it's just a really great night. You get to learn so much about what the organizations in our community do for this community to make this community better. And somebody leaves with $10,000 more than they had when the night started.
Off the top of your head, do you remember who some of the other winners were previous years?
Blue Water Safe Horizons was last year's recipient. Yep. Kids in Distress has been a recipient, as well as the Imagination Library.
Yep.
So some great projects and causes.
And it's really cool that the women themselves make the decision that particular night.
Yep, you really get to feel the power of philanthropy when you are helping to make such a big decision.
How do I get tickets? What's the date again?
March 26th, 5:30 at the Courtyard Museum. You can contact the Community Foundation to RSVP, and we'll take care of payment arrangements and get you all the details.
Okay. And people can also go on the Community Foundation website and get more information about contributing to the St. Clair Courtyard.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
Lynn Alexander
Thanks,
Griffor.
Paul.
Did I get it right this time?
Griffor.
Griffor. I'll get it right. When, you'll be taking your kids to college, and I'll be still doing the same thing. We are going to be right back with Deb Johnson and Bryan Day from St. Clair County Community Mental Health in just a second. We are back with Deb Johnson, Executive Director of St. Clair County Community Mental Health, and Bryan Day from the St. Clair County Community Mental Health Players Group. Is that a new title, Players Group?
Sure, yeah.
We are glad to have both of you back, and it is time of the year. This is the 3rd annual Art of Recovery celebration. What's it all about?
Well, first of all, we're happy to be here, Paul. So thanks for having us.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful event. It was actually Bryan and Mark's idea initially several years ago as a way to showcase the things that the people we serve do through the arts programs, like the plays, actual art, painting, drawing, things like that, and writing, and also cooking through our gallery program. Culinary arts. So at this event, you'll see a mix of all of those things. It's going to be Thursday, March 12th, 6 to 8 at our building. It's only $5, and it's a great night. There's going to be great food. My personal favorite will be the Irish nachos.
Oh, okay.
It's Irish themed, and we're going to do a play. Bryan, do you want to talk about the play?
Yeah, we're going to be doing. The CMH players are jumping into the mix and adding a play. This year we're going to be doing a condensed version of a play called The Boys Next Door.
Okay.
And it was actually the first play that the CMH players did 10 years ago, if you can believe it. And it's a great story. It deals with some people with mental illnesses and developmental disabilities and sort of their life. And it's one of those plays, I like to say, it's a real heartwarming story. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry a little bit, but for me, it's been so long. I've been doing this play for a while now, and it's one of those things where I feel like these characters are kind of like a part of my life that I know I know these.
They're friends.
These boys, yeah, they're friends, and so I always feel that the audience is gonna get to know these characters too, and feel like they know them as well.
Is it a big cast?
I think we had about eight actors.
Nice
It's a nice size cast. It's going to be about a 1-hour play.
Okay.
And it's great. The longtime CMH Players performer, Mike McCartan, will be in it.
I remember the name. He's a short little fellow, right?
Yes.
Looks like a leprechaun?
Yes, looks like a leprechaun.
He'll be featured in the role of Arnold.
Arnold, yeah.
He was in the original.
He was in the original, so he's reprising that role, and he does a great job. And what I love about this play is it's really funny, and it's
it's a great play.
It's a great story. So you're going to come and see that show, but before you get there, you're going to go through and look at all this great artwork that we have. And what's wonderful about the artwork and the poetry that's going to be there is it's not just people that receive services in the arts classes that are providing the artwork. We have staff members that have showcased their talents, and we have community artists that are coming in and donating their artwork as well.
The artwork, I want to get to the artwork. The last year or the year before, a student from St. Clair High School, I believe, or either Marine City High School, was the artist that was picked to be utilized in all of your billboards and all of your advertising.
It was actually Marysville, but yes.
Okay.
And actually we selected.
We'll allow that.
We selected our winner again this year, and lo and behold, Marysville again.
Really? Okay.
Yes, and we don't know the schools or the
Right.
students when they're being selected, but and actually,
Is that this art?
no, nope. It's because this was all made.
This is specifically for the Art of Recovery.
But it was
Okay.
made before
Yes,
even that. So,
yeah.
so yeah, but we will actually hopefully come on the show and
Yeah.
and share that artwork and have
I'd
the
love that.
students come in.
Yeah,
And
that'd
that
be
would be
great.
great. One thing I want to tell you though, it kind of is related to the play, but it's also why we do this event. It's one of the things we do to try to help break down the stigma associated with having a mental illness or a developmental disability. And when this play, the very first time, 10 years ago, I was sitting in the audience, and a lot of the schools required their students to attend from certain classes, and then they had to do a write-up. And I heard people behind me talking about the actors and actresses, and somebody said, oh, for sure, because we introduce and we say some are CMA staff, some are just community people,
Yep.
and some are people that receive services from us. But so I heard some students talking, they said, oh, for sure, that one is that's somebody who has a disability for sure. That was Arnold. That was Mike McCartan.
Who was
And-
our executive director.
and I turned around and I said, no, that's not. And I
Yeah.
said, that's Mike McCartan, he's our executive director. And I said, but what the important thing to take away from this is you shouldn't sort of stereotype people.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And I said, and so we talked about stigma, briefly, because at the intermission I talked with the students. They were really nice, and
Yeah.
they didn't say it in a mean way. They just were trying to figure out,
Yeah, who was where?
who got services or who
Right.
whatever. So that was
Normal
interesting.
stuff for kids.
Yeah, it is. It's normal stuff. And so I just talked about it, and I said, and that's why you kind of can't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
And the reason we do that is so that people can see, everybody can see that people are multidimensional. They're talented. They have a lot of strengths, and they shouldn't be seen just for their disability, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How many plays did you do this year?
Well, if we're counting this play, it'll be 2. And because we're doing one in November.
we used to do 2 a year, but that was pretty taxing, and it's very time consuming. And Brian could attest to that more than I can.
Yeah.
But we went down to 1. But now this is this 1 act.
We're doing it in one, so smaller production.
I don't think we've talked about the dates very much. Thursday, March the 12th, 6 to 8, and it's your beautiful facility at 3111 Electric Avenue. Tickets are $5, and that's certainly reasonable to get in and get all the fun and entertainment and some
And
food
food.
too.
There will be plenty of food.
Yeah, I think the food alone is worth the price.
More than $5.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're adding some door prizes, and what's kind of neat is when you come, you can go and you can vote for your favorite piece of art, and so we're doing some photography, and you can vote for your favorite appetizer, and your favorite piece of poetry, and so those winners will get prizes, and so there's kind of that element to it where you're kind of looking to find out what your favorite piece is. But what I love about this is we want to showcase the fact that this event is really about celebrating recovery, and all the positive things that come with that, and the support, and the positive things that it can lead to in people's lives, and that's what this is all about.
Got something else there?
No, I think that I was just making sure that we shared
it.
everything that we wanted to. But yeah, I think that we have, like Brian was just saying, the importance of how participating in these programs helps people in their recovery. It is very important, and this event showcases those things. So that's good. And then the other thing is we talked about that there's a lot of community artwork too. There's over 150 pieces of art. I don't know if we said that.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot. And it's really nice. It's kind of casual. You'll walk around the building. I was just going to suggest, too, that people should try to get advance tickets, although they'll be available at the door. But I remember the first year we did it, we set up for about 100.
And we had 140.
Yeah, and we were setting up a bunch more chairs.
Chairs.
And trying to make room for everybody
Yeah.
and kind of reposition so people could see the stage and things like that. So
Where will the stage be? In the normal area that it's
it's in our big, it's called
The
our
conference room.
multi-purpose room.
Yeah, the auditorium.
Yeah, auditorium.
Yeah.
So, how many clients do you guys serve in a year? There has to be thousands of people.
Thousands, over 3,000. So the numbers go up and down. I just looked at it the other day, but I don't have the numbers right in my head, but over 3,000.
Just amazing. And it's services that the general public is going along and loving their life and going to work every day. It's services that they don't even think about.
That's true. That's true.
Mental health from every kind of any array of problems.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different things. In fact, I just was highlighting yesterday on the radio. March is Developmental Disability Awareness Month. So we were talking about a lot of the different services we provide to people who have developmental disabilities. And also trying to make the point that, I don't know if you know this, but in 1987, former President Ronald Reagan declared March as Developmental Disability Awareness Month. And the reason was it was kind of a call out to all Americans to provide opportunities and, well, mostly be welcoming and provide opportunities for people who have developmental disabilities to help them reach their fullest potential. And that's what we try to do at community mental health too. We try to either provide opportunities, and also we do the call out to our community to say we hope everybody will be welcoming to the people that we serve and give them every opportunity so that they can be successful. So.
Art of Recovery, 3rd annual Art of Recovery celebration. It's not a sadness, it's a celebration. Lots of art, paintings, drawings, photography, crafts, scrapbooking, and all sorts of good food. Just a good day. Thursday, March the 12th, 6 to 8 at the headquarters, 83111 Electric Avenue in Courtyard.
Please join us.
Please join us. Okay. Mr. Day, I
Paul.
understand you're a new father again?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
Did
much.
you pick a name?
Yes, Estelle Day.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's healthy and happy and hungry.
Great.
So it's been good.
Deb, always a good pleasure seeing you.
Thank you, Paul.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Till next time, Paul Dingelman. See you soon.